What is up, disc golf fans? This is Chris German. Alongside me is Derek Scull. We are Gatekeeper Media, bringing you back nine coverage of the round two of the 2019 303 Open, presented by Discmania. As always, this coverage is powered by Millennium Golf Disc. Pretty good starts for MJ and Joe. Both those guys sitting at 7 under through 9.
Quite a showing.
Yeah. So MJ actually caught up to Eagle. Not the hottest round so far. He was 3 under. Still a lot of golf to play, though. We're at the halfway point.
Yeah, on moving day.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
So still a lot of golf out there. Definitely opens up on this back nine. We're going to have a short hole here with hole 10, coming in at 285 feet, par 3. It's downhill, so it plays a lot shorter. You have a backstop. After the couple long holes that we have earlier, this is a nice kind of breather, gimme two that you can get.
Yeah, and this is one that, you should be as aggressive as you can be on this hole.
Yeah.
Because the punishment level is next to none.
Yeah. MJ.
Walking off. He's like, well, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. I'm not going to ace it, but it's puttable. Here we have Luke Humphries. He started off his round pretty slow. He had a couple OBs, a couple bogeys, but has since picked it up.
Now, something to call here. I believe this is the only natural tee pad in the entire tournament. All the other ones have rubber mats, or it utilizes sidewalk, or it has concrete. So I do actually believe this is.
I think you're right.
Ooh. Now that is as aggressive as you can be.
Right off the band. Oh no. So Joe's gonna unfortunately take a 3 there. He's gonna lose a stroke to the card, it looks like. I do believe you're right with the T-pad thing. It's interesting. It would be really nice to see if they're able to find a way to implement like permanent tee boxes for this type of layout, without doing anything too crazy from the other two courses that are more recreational.
Or at least clearing it maybe where you can have like pavers installed and then removed after the event or something like that. Hole 11 has the longest tee pad on the course.
Coming in at about 30 feet. It was funny at Glassblown, James Conrad was part of a panel, and they said, what was the one thing you would want to change in disc golf? People said a lot of things, like they talked about more money for females. Barsby was talking about smaller basket, and James was just like, I just want really big tee pads. So
you can go visit Stafford. They got some long ones over there.
So MJ owning the box. With this one, par 4, you kind of want to just throw out land near these trees that MJ's landing near. And then your second shot's really tough because it's a blind shot. And you're going uphill over a porta potty.
To the practice baskets that are on the upper course.
Yeah, and you have to worry about the baseball field there. And then there is OB to the left as well, past the trees over at the tennis courts. So while it's a very big hole, it's still very technical in terms of where you're placing your shot and what your approach is going to look like.
So it's that only the tennis courts are what's OB, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on the grass in front of the tennis court, I believe you're still good.
Yeah. So Eagle actually threw it over my head. That's why I didn't have. I actually never saw it, and it landed behind my head. I was pretty scared, actually. Joe's going to go with the roller, which is interesting because you really need to get past that path before you can even have it hit.
Oh, and it just gets caught up on the chain link and stops it dead.
And there is a mando there.
That was actually a lucky break, though.
Yeah. MJ.
Lost his footing a little bit. Yeah.
Just low right at that porta potty. Should be able to go up and down for his par, but... Luke, just big Anheuser shot, and that is going over the fence, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a tough spot to shoot from.
Another roller?
Joe, the double roller, this one did not stand up. It actually goes way past It's not OB, though, I don't believe, because I think it strictly stated tennis courts are OB.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle.
Safe and simple.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crush by him. The fact that you could see the basket on your approach shot, you're down there, 500-something feet. Luke had really nothing to do. Joe, completely the other side. Big hyzer.
Gets over there.
Yeah.
It's actually almost... I was afraid he was going to go over the fence.
Wouldn't that have been something? MJ. Ooh. Good bid. So with Luke already going OB,
Oof.
that was for his bogey. He's going to have to settle for a double.
Yeah, it came out of his hand pretty wobbly, so wasn't able to kind of latch on.
And Joe just inside the circle. Very nice putt from Joe. That's stuck. That's that swagger. He didn't walk it off, but you still had that feeling to it. Something that I respect from Joe and I really like is he walks his putts out to see if he's in the circle or not.
Yep.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, am I in?" And it's kind of like to the card's discretion when you don't have any paint or anything out there. And he actually physically goes up there and walks it out if it's too close. So we're gonna take a look at MJ's profile. He's been in the game for a very long time. Over 300 events played.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hole 12 is probably one of my favorite holes. You're going to have a mando right off the tee, mando left for the tree that's right there in the front. You're going to work your way downhill here, and then you have a triple mando with OB right in front of it. So it can play a little complicated if you overthink it. So we're going to go with a sidearm here from Eagle. It's going to carry.
Yeah, pretty good shot. He did go OB in the first round, so
Yep.
he made the adjustment and he just threw a big hyzer forehand, where last time I think he really tried to pump it down there and get all the way down there for the Eagle. But he just turned
OB right.
Yeah, he turned it too much.
And there are two drop zones on this hole.
Yeah, there's one for the OB off the tee box
And
then
the
one.
mando.
Yeah. So MJ's down in the safe spot. You don't want to go too far down and too far to the left, because then you kind of pinch yourself off to be able to make that mando. So Joe's is kind of doing that. He's pretty far over there to the left.
Yeah, and full disclosure, I know that I don't have the next one of his.
Luke, looking for the big flex as well. That kind of held the turn way better.
Green flag.
Yeah. Green across the board.
Yeah, so Joe's shot was right before MJ's go there, I believe.
Yeah. Joe just laid up. And then Luke's. Oh, no.
So sometimes when something like this comes into play, the discrepancy here in kind of what the discussion is mainly is, how you're going to take that next shot. Mm-hmm. So if you're not making the triple mando, is it requiring you to, go from that lower drop zone? Mm-hmm. And the official ruling is that it goes out of bounds before it does not make the triple mando. Therefore, the disc is out of play, so the mando doesn't come into play anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that was only for that specific part, like right where
here.
His disc went, right?
Correct. Yeah. So he was out of bounds before anything else.
Where if he would have missed it to the left, I don't think there is OB to the left.
Correct.
That would have just happened.
And that would be drop zone.
Yeah, interesting. I did wonder why he wasn't shooting from the drop zone. MJ is able to knock his in. So a couple pars from these guys. Luke 1OB. So we're going to move into hole 13. 269 feet, uphill par 3. Do have to worry about that fence right there to the right, which is out of bounds, but everyone's going to probably go with a forehand
Yeah,
or kind
nothing.
of keep it more to the left, I would say.
Yeah, nothing really more to say other than that, because you can see the pin from the tee box.
Mm-hmm. And it's a sloped green, and it's a pretty fast green. So if you throw something pretty stable, and it could skip up there and be right under the basket. Unless you're MJ, you just throw it right at the basket. His fade's a little early, though.
Still pin high.
Yeah. Joe's looking pretty good. Right down there with MJ. Luke's going to elect to go with the forehand. As I said earlier, I think he's very comfortable with that forehand. And it shows why. I would say this is another par 3 that you really want to get. I feel like almost all the par 3s on this course, because none of them are really too difficult. And there's a lot of par 4s that you're playing for. So these par 3s, you really want to get them. Make sure you're getting your 2s. Just like that. Great putt from MJ.
Well, I think it's cool that I'm throwing the Scorpius just for the simple fact that they produce them. It's a disc that's very similar to the Destroyer. It has a really similar feel since it was based off of the original Destroyers. It's just not as overstable. I would say for guys that don't have as much power, this is basically, you know, a long-range, multi-purpose shooter, whether it be backhand or forehand. This disc was vital right off the bat.
All right, moving into hole 14, 720 feet, par 4. This one's a very interesting hole because there is OB to the right side that goes with 16's fairway. Most people are going to throw something that they're very comfortable with, a big hyzer shot kind of over the OB, anticipate it skipping down, landing in front of that path. Not a lot of people really are attempting to go for the green, it seems like. Except for this guy. And this is, like, insane.
Wow.
Look at that. What?
Wow.
Okay.
I'm speechless.
Everything I just said, do not listen to what I just said. Just Eagle breaks all the rules. Everyone else, though, they are probably just going to throw a straight shot to a hyzer, kind of land where MJ is in this big open field.
Really slow grass on the fairway.
Yeah.
Just kind of stopped it dead.
Yeah, it looked like Eagles like almost skipped off the path, and it like gave him that extra.
Oh yeah, I was talking about MJ's shot.
Oh no, definitely. But I'm just saying, like, there's no way that the way his skipped, it had to have hit the path, or just that angle. That was a good shot as well.
Yeah, being on the other side of the path in any capacity is a good thing.
And Joe's
really carrying,
and he's on the other side of the path as well. And this hole is interesting because it's a long hole, but it's just very far downhill. So if you throw the right kind of shot, you'll get down there. So Luke's going to lay up. Everyone was really quick here. MJ is going to lay up as well. This was also the Prairie Dog hole. I just want to bring that up again. I remember walking down the fairway, and there was just a million Prairie Dogs howling at me.
Well, this whole mound, like 13 and 14 both,
are
just infested. They bark at you while you walk through. This is the part of the course that just looks
swag,
so nice. He's kicking up.
All right, Joe. DG swag. No one's got a step putt like Joe Rovere.
Yeah, I co-sign that idea.
Not many people have an arm like Eagle that actually reach inside 20 feet off the drive on a 720-foot hole.
Yeah,
But,
having a gimme too.
yeah, so good Eagle there from Eagle.
We should have been keeping like a tally board in the coverage of all the Eagles that we capture.
Yeah, I mean, we're at 4 right now. There's a lot of Eagles to be had out here. There's a lot of par 4s, and they're reachable. It's the interesting thing with Colorado disc golf is just the elevation change and just the terrain. Hole 15, another par 4, coming in at 659 feet. I want to pitch something out to where this basket is. That's the FPO basket. Then on your second shot, you do have to be careful with some water.
There is a lane to get to the green on that left side, so if you want to keep it wide that way, you do have that option as well.
Yeah, if you bite off a little bit too much on this initial shot, you can kind of go around that left side. Eagles was basically perfect spot. That's where you want to land. That's going to be a very easy approach for him.
Yeah, his carried more distance than where that pin would be.
MJ's is looking real good as well. Being up in that spot's a good spot because then you just throw a nice big hyzer shot with something overstable that you know is going to finish to the left and just not even have to worry about the out of bounds.
So that trench area in the front of the tee box is OB, and there is a drop zone from this. None of the paths are out of bounds. So,
Oh, Joe, that was a good kick though. Kept him in bounds, kept him on the fairway. Question is he going to go for it?
he certainly has the ability to.
I mean, the way he's stepping up to that, he's definitely. I don't even know why I was questioning that. Big hyzer shot. Oh, yeah.
That's how you make up ground.
Oh.
He's a machine.
Folks, if you're not having fun watching this, then I don't know what to tell you because these guys are making it look way easier than it actually is.
And I also would like to say that two of the folks on our card, they could play Masters.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody thought about that right yet, but it's a battle between old school and new school. I love it.
Right now, old school's winning.
Yeah, and you can see the difference in technique. That's another thing I really like about the sport. Depending on what era you kind of came up in the sport, that's kind of how you play.
And you could tell Luke's more in that new age sport, similar to our age and Eagles' age, where we just play it, the sport differently. The Eagle stands still. Looks like that was his MD5. Inside the circle. Nice putt. Or nice approach. This is a good putt for Luke. Let's see a highlight, Luke.
Oh. Sorry, bud.
Oh.
That'd have been the one to make, too.
Yeah. Nonetheless, he's hit cage, he's hit chain, he's hit band. He's just not falling into the basket.
And really great 3 from almost no distance, comparatively speaking, for Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That drive of his was very uncharacteristic, but still salvages.
Yeah. Michael Joe is a riot. He is.
I really
to
enjoyed
film.
myself, hanging out with him, traveling through this round. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a look at Luke. He is sitting over 1,000 rated, which is nice. He hasn't played that much, so under 100 tournaments played. So he's definitely got a long career ahead of him, and I'm excited to see more of him. We're moving to hole 16, another uphill par 3 coming in at 279 feet. Very similar to hole 13, just the opposite almost.
Yeah, and out of all the very straightforward, simple holes, this is, I would say, probably one of the more steep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was hard to walk up. Eagle just need a little bit more on that. And if you see behind the basket to the left, there is like a second cut of grass. That is not OB. There is no OB to worry about. There is some to the right, but you have to really pull something to throw it out of bounds.
Now, there is a lot of distraction on this hole.
Backyards of the houses. You have 17's tee box right there. This was pretty funny. We had a pretty big gallery, and everyone kind of stayed down after this because no one wanted to walk up the hill. I was dreading walking up that hill as well. It was Joe. Gets a really good skip. Not too familiar with Pro Discus, but I'm guessing Luke's throwing some type of fairway driver, if I'm guessing. Maybe a mid-range, but probably a fairway driver.
I think, I don't want to say exactly what sound, but they all end with the same vowel sound.
Oh.
I think that's the best way I can put it.
Eagle. Ooh. Nice putt from Eagle.
I'm actually very
Nice.
curious what the Pro Discus names are now that we brought it up. If you could, folks out there who are real familiar, please drop us some knowledge.
Yeah.
We're always
Let us
down to
know.
learn, about, just kind of broaden our horizons for, all things disc golf.
Yeah, what's your favorite Pro Discus disc? Well, whatever it was for Luke got him in the circle, and he's going to take the 2. Another 2 for Joe.
Just like an evolution, the game is always changing. Change happens on even the smallest of levels, all the way down to the DNA. Discmania's DNA has always held the drive to change the game. Now, this DNA has transferred to advanced disc golf manufacturing technology. Change is happening. It's time to evolve. In collaboration with Latitude 64, we want to offer you exciting, modern, and revolutionary products. Products that will reinvent your game. Introducing Evolution by Discmania.
Shout out to Discmania. Doing a lot of new inventive stuff this year.
Yeah, it's big moves. So we're going to move into hole 17. This is a par 4 at 547 feet. The drone went over to the left. Probably only Eagle, Joe, people with really big arms, Simon, are going to go over that route. There is kind of you pitch up to the right side, and then you kind of have this cool little tunnel shot.
Yeah, you can kind of see the tire tracks that are kind of leading away from the tee pad. That's going to be the standard route with a mando left of the tree down there near the path.
So that was a crazy shot from Eagle. I mean, you're throwing a 500-foot forehand. So,
Right.
So MJ is going to take that other route. You just throw a nice hyzer shot, and skip off this hillside, land right where that path is. That's pretty textbook. And Joe, we saw him put it in the circle from the box.
With a nasty flex.
Yeah. We'll see if he's able to replicate that.
He's going to try.
It's turning. Too much turn, I think. Nope. It's coming.
Oh.
Spoke too soon. I think that might have almost been the exact same spot.
Mm-hmm. So in the rough a little bit this time.
Yeah. So we'll see how he adapts. Should be able to get his birdie. And it's nice to see Luke go for it as well.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't really see where that one goes, but I think it does kind of land up to the right, kind of where that path is.
Yeah, I was going to say it was just a little short, right?
Yeah, this needs to get down. MJ's
that'll
Put a
work.
little bit too much pepper on that, but yeah. So it looks like he's down in that corner, kind of where the path meets the other path.
Where you
Oh,
divert to walk to 18's tee
yeah.
pad.
Interesting that he got it all the way over there.
Yeah, obviously it was. It disappeared as soon as it left his hand.
And then eagle, good run from eagle for the eagle. That's gonna be tough for Joe.
That's nice when you have like a comfortable run for your eagle, so that you can just tap in your birdie.
Oh yeah,
If only. If only that was like that every time.
for and players like us, yeah. Ooh,
All right.
nice putt from Luke. You know what, man? It's the end here of the round. Let's give it to him. Nice little shot from outside the circle. It was a good birdie save. Which is weird to say on a hole. It's like, hey, you got a birdie save. Hey, you didn't get your eagle, bud, but at least you got a birdie. MJ, about the same distance from the other side. And he's in a pretty good... Oh, no. I was going to say he's in a pretty good spot because you're not really putting uphill or downhill. It was pretty even with the basket.
Whew.
That was about the same spot Joe made his eagle from. This one's going to be for birdie.
Cutting it awfully close to the top of that cage there.
Yeah. An eagle with the tap in birdie. It's a good feeling. We're going to move into the final hole.
We made it.
Hole 18 is a long one, folks. 830 feet, par 4. I personally say the hardest hole on the course, I think. You have OB right there to the right on the path. You want to land kind of where those folks were throwing. And then this shot is just you have this big tree, low ceiling, and you have this basket tucked away all the way to the left.
A lot of guardian, a lot of narrow spaces, a lot of weird angles.
Yeah. And if you end up off the fairway, you are scrambling. I mean, you could even be on the fairway like that, but just end up behind a tree and you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, and then you're electing to lay up, play safe.
Yeah, and next thing you know, now you're taking a 4 or 5. Joe's it's going pretty far down to the left. That's going to be tough. I'm interested to see if he's going to even make it. He'll probably make it to the tree on his one shot. So he's going to probably have to go up and down for a 4.
So I would say that's about right. That's about right.
Yeah.
Give or take, 50 feet or so.
Yeah, for what it is. MJ.
Probably going to find himself pretty close to there.
Ooh, I hit something. You saw that?
Yeah, bounce back.
Joe is lining up.
Something big.
Yeah. He's trying. It's just going to fade too early. But there is I think there is a lane over there.
It's kind of just up and over. You're just throwing over that evergreen.
A little thumber over it or something. MJ, kind of an early release. He's kind of going over where Joe was. Not really where you want to be, for sure. Hanging something out to the right, I think you're in a much better place. Luke's is kind of going in the same spot, too.
It's like a magnet over there.
Yeah, all three of them are over
Safe,
in that
though.
same spot, yeah.
Now, Eagle's finding himself a little bit of difficulty with this
Yeah.
tree to worry about
Ooh.
right in front of him, so it's forcing him to keep it low early.
Oh, no.
He just doesn't get the distance. Looks like he clipped something a little late
He
there.
hit that tree.
See what I mean? It just completely blocked off. You're just kind of hoping and praying you'll get over this clean.
An eagle.
Just overcooks that one a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know if the spotter was expecting that to
Yeah,
go
probably
out.
not. And yeah, everyone's just in the same spot, kind of going up and over. Luke kind of hit something. Joe's goes out.
He clipped something late as well.
Yeah. We're at MJ's on it over there. Luke's going to be the final one to go. And he hits that tree and kind of ends where MJ is. So both him and MJ are in that bush right in front of us next to the basket. So they're going to have tricky putts from in there.
Let's see it again.
Swag.
Oh, come on.
He was about to run that out and tap it in. He was like, no.
I wanted it to happen so bad. Oh, yeah, that is a tight shot.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's a touchy little Anheuser. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, you can tell he's frustrated. Yeah. And then Michael Joe is
engulfed.
Yeah, he just walked right into the bush. You can see he's like, he's actually hugging the tree limb. You could see.
Yeah, it wasn't really much you could do there. That's just kind of working with what you got.
Yeah. This Eagle's going to knock his in. Not a good hole for these folks to end here. Everyone's going to be taking her 5.
At least there's something to be said that if everybody's taking it, you might be able to be a little easier to digest.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I'm not the only one that liked it.
Yeah, this very tough hole. It looks like Joe dropped his phone. But that's going to be the end of round 2. That was some exciting golf. As we look, Joe only has a 1-stroke lead on Eagle, sitting at 24 under. Eagle's at 23. Michael Joe actually caught up a little bit, and then we're going to have a newcomer on the card. But Luke still sitting there. He just lost a couple strokes to the rest of the people. But if we take a look, Joe Rovere up at the top. AJ Carey's made his way to lead card. Simon Lizotte and Jamie Espinoza on the chase card. So it's nice to see. That's going to be a bomber card as well that we actually have on coverage.
Yeah, so just expect to see the chase card coverage coming out once the 3rd round of lead card comes out. So again, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. You'll get notified when we post this content. This was a really great event, folks, and we can't wait to share it with you.
Yeah, stay tuned. Take care.